And we're back with more Shaman King, Master of Spirits. It's been a while since I recorded the last part, but that's what happens when you're busy with school and stuff like that. So anyways, in the last part, we defeated Jocko. It's been a while, leave me alone. But, we beat him. And I don't know if I mentioned his character or not, like who exactly Jocko is. I mean, obviously he's a main character since, you know, he's helping us out. But, to make a long story short, he's comic relief. That's basically it. Also, that was a very short level. I don't know why it was so short, but, actually, now that I think about it, he gave us his guardian ghost, Mick. That lets us do a great move for speedrunning. The Jaguar Swipe, which is just one giant leap. It's also very good for, well, I mean, the basic dash. I can't really figure out what I'm trying to say here, but basically it's good for speedrunning. Get this move and use it a lot if you want to get through the game as fast as possible. And like I said before, I'm going to be cutting out all this extra stuff so that way you don't have to see me backtracking through all these old levels. So, we'll see you then. And we're back. Sorry I had to cut that out for a while, but you know, you don't really want to see all that boring backtracking, like I said. Anyways, with Mick, we can now cross this gap over here. And afterwards, we gotta use Corey again. They really want to make sure you don't get to this area without the right spirits. But the thing to note is that if you actually fall down, it is possible for you to go back to the beginning of the level, but there's actually a guardian ghost that you can get, but we're not going to go after it now because we don't really have the proper spirit for it, and we're not going to get it for quite a while, so we're going to have to wait a little while. In fact, I think there might be a ghost around here somewhere. If we miss it, I don't think... Then I was probably wrong, there is no ghost. So I guess I might as well take the time to kind of update you guys. I'm going to try and post as many videos as I can, especially trying to finish up Shaman King here, because I've got big plans. I'm finally getting that HD capture card I've been looking for, and I'm going to be going back to console playthroughs pretty soon. And back to Mick. Now the reason why I didn't really know much about Jocko and Mick is because, well, watching Shaman King back in the day on, I think it was the Fox Box back in the day, now it's the CW4Kids, but I kind of stopped watching Shaman King when Jocko was introduced, so forgive me if I don't really know too much about the character, I just don't care. Now this whole Chinese-themed level actually ties into the next set of bosses we're going to be meeting. I don't know if I should spoil it now or wait. But, we can wait. It's not that long until we meet a new boss. But for now, we can talk about these new enemies we're coming up against. I think they're called Jiangshis in Chinese lore. And basically, they're just Chinese zombies. They're also called vampires because they tend to suck blood. But, I don't know. The whole undead thing kind of screams zombie. Anyways, the one thing that separates them from normal zombies is the fact that they move around by hopping. You don't really see too many Jiangshis in popular media aside from Hasenko from Darkstalkers. And I think those, I forget what they were called in Kingdom Hearts 2, but basically the wizards from the Land of Dragons, those were also Jiangshis. Another thing to note is that we're going to be seeing a lot of key hunting in this part. Hope you like that. If it goes on for way too long, then I'll cut it out. Yes, and we're having a new type of enemy means we're going to meet different variants of this type of enemy. These giant guys, I don't know really what to call them, but they take a lot of damage. Don't know why, probably because they're so big. But they take a lot of damage. Their iron ball thing can hit you pretty hard. Not only that, but they can send you flying too. And the human archers are a lot different from the skeleton ones in that they can actually aim for you. Kind of annoying. Well, yeah, that's not the only kind of Jiangshis we're going to be seeing in this level. We're going to be seeing special Frankenstein-esque Jiangshis. I'll get to that when we actually meet them, but the reason why there's so many Jiangshis is because the family that owns this sort of mountain-esque castle is the Tao family, who are a... well, it's a family of very powerful shamans. Let's just say that. They've tangled with Yo before, most notably their son, Len, who we'll be seeing later on in the game. I know, spoilers, I just couldn't wait. But yeah, we'll be seeing him and a few other members of the Tao family. Oh yes, here's another one of the new types of Jiangshis, these guys with the hammers. They cut down on your power, which makes it very annoying, especially when they're right next to the, I'm just gonna call them Titan Jiangshis. I don't know, I guess that's what they kind of remind me of. Another thing to note about the Jiangshis is that when they pull their iron ball back, it can actually trip you, which is kind of annoying. I really wish... kind of want to cut down on a lot of the fighting with the Titan Jiangshi since it takes so long. We'll just deal with it. Mixed up my words there for a second, but the Jiangshis are not that hard to take down. You know, 2 hits, they go down pretty easily. Have I talked about the different types of skeleton dogs? I don't think I have. Oh man, a lot of archers. Yeah, getting the archers from behind, they pretty much can't hurt you at all. In fact, I think I was supposed to use Mick back there. Oh well. I gotta say, the music is very atmospheric, I gotta say. Very Chinese-esque. Which I guess kind of fits the mood. Like I said before, a lot of key puzzles. Well, not puzzles per se, but you're gonna find a lot of keys that go to more doors than usual. More door. Let's see. Yes! This Jiangshi, I think I'll call him the Master Jiangshi, just because that's kind of his thing. But of course, as you noticed before, he really just kind of teleports around like he's Dracula, shooting Hadoukens at you. Not really too much to talk about for now. We'll talk a little bit more about him later on, because he actually does have kind of a significance in the show. He's very important. But like I said, for now, we'll just call him the Master Jiangshi and leave it at that. Let's see, I think over here is... oh, I thought there was going to be a new kind of Jiangshi here. But yeah, as I mentioned before, this house is owned by the Tao family, and they're known for using Jiangshis as servants, which is kind of creepy, especially for a kids show. Anyways, we just killed a new type of Jiangshi, the, call them Cheetah Jiangshis. Cheetah Jiangshis. And, you know, like pretty obvious, they have cheetah legs. They kind of dash forward and slash at you, but it kind of looks more like a teleport. It's kind of hard to describe. But just leap above them and kill them pretty fast. As you notice, I was able to kill that one pretty fast. Next time we see one, I'll be sure to let it do its attack so that we can actually see it. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, see, well, like I said, the Titan Jiangshis can trip you up if you're not careful. And the cheetahs just kind of dash at you, that's all they do. All in all, if you're not paying attention and you get double teamed by a Jiangshi, they can hurt you pretty bad. I think you might be able to jump over the Titan ones, but I don't really want to try. And I think that might be the end of the level, but let's just dash backwards to see if there's any treasure chests. And nope. Yeah, having to slide underneath is getting kind of annoying. Hopefully we get the Guardian Ghost to do that pretty soon. Nudge nudge, wink wink. Let's see, is this what I think it is? Yes, it is! Oh, here's a new one. The, let's call it the Hippo Jiangshi. I call it Jiangshi, but I think it might be pronounced Jiganashi. I remember in the Hellfire Calms Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough, they called Helldragon called them Jiganashis, but I probably recommend staying down to the left side so you don't fall on top of that ice skeleton, because when they freeze you, it can be pretty annoying. Anyways, we got new Guardian Ghost, and I think this one is actually pretty useful. Yes, Gororo, a more powerful version of the Nipopo Punch. I think it can also freeze flames, but it just does more damage to fire skeletons. Anyways, it's this area where the water physics kinda get a little annoying since they slow you down. It means that going through this level is going to be kind of a pain, since what you have to do is you have to keep hitting switches to raise the water level, and the logs will go up higher as well, so you have to jump on the logs, get up to the next level, raise the water even more, etc, etc. See, look at that, 110 damage as opposed to the 99 damage the Nipopo Punch did. Although when I hear the name Gororo, I can't help but think about both Durarara, the show from Adult Swim. I think that's how it's pronounced. And I can't help but think of Gororo from, at least I think that's how it's pronounced, but from Sergeant Frog, you know, the red lieutenant guy. I wonder how many people are actually going to understand what I mean by Sergeant Frog. Oh well. Anyway, there's actually a very useful item you can get here after you beat the boss at the end of the level. But we're not going to get it until, of course, after we beat the boss. I think you can ride this and go up to the next floor. Actually, I think we could probably go and take on the boss now, but I want to make sure we can get any, if we can get any treasure chests, see if we can get any other types of items, etc. I need to stop saying that, etc, etc, etc. Let's see, over here, probably should have equipped Mick, so that way I can move faster. Hey, there is something useful here. So yeah, another puppet master. I think this guy has another one of those doll ghosts, Poncho. Just want to double check, make sure. Poncho, yes, summons a doll thingamajigger. And as you can see, we move very slowly underwater, which can be very annoying if you're trying to record a timed playthrough. Fortunately, I have unlimited time, so I don't have to worry too much. And I think Gororo can also freeze enemies, just like Kori can. Yes, it can. So yeah, very useful if you see fast enemies coming towards you. If we can just hurry up, I could just speed up the footage, but where's the fun in that? Ah yes, that probably explains why we couldn't go earlier, because, you know, needed the log. Oh well. And right off the bat, we get women beating. Nice! Okay, no, that wasn't nice. I apologize. Anyways, this is one of the Tao members I was telling you about. June, the eldest sister of the Tao family, and her guardian ghost, Li Pailong. Of course, if it didn't seem already obvious, Li Pailong is not right in the head. And just like other characters who aren't right in the head, the only way to cure them is to bash them over the head. Of course, the thing to note about June and Li Pailong's relationship is that they kind of have the whole master-slave thing, which I'll get more into detail in the next part after we do the fight, but for now, let's just get into the actual fight itself. Li Pailong, he is a martial artist, and as such, he fights using Kung Fu. He does a lot of rapid punching attacks, a lot of flying kicks, like he's from Street Fighter. And of course, he has a flying uppercut fire kick? I have no idea how to describe that one. His main way of defending himself is using the nunchucks on his back. Yes, those are nunchucks. And really, if you get too close to him, that's where he's going to do most of his damage. So yeah, try to stay as far away from possible, maybe taking a few pot shots at him with the Celestial Slash when he's not using his nunchucks. Of course, you don't want to stay on the platforms for too long because he can of course fly kick you. And he can also hit you from across the stage, so yeah, kind of hard to figure out a good strategy. I'm basically just bullshitting the entire strategy. Just go in there and wreck his shit. Yeah, if he starts hitting you with that combo rush attack, you might want to get out of the way because, yeah, that sliding move can hurt. And that fly kick is also very annoying. Especially since it creates a shockwave that can hurt you. Yeah, see that whole arm thrust move? It created an explosion, did a lot of damage. So yeah, you don't want to get hit by that. So yeah, major lesson in this fight. Don't mess with monks. They will mess you up. And with that, we finally finish the boss and get another page of the Tomb of the Shaman. And with Li Pai Long back to normal, we actually get him as a guardian ghost, even though he's kind of solid, which is really weird. Yeah, it was kind of obvious that Magister was behind the whole thing, but really, what has he done other than just take over the minds of other people? Kind of a lame villain when you really think about it. I kind of wish Magister was a better villain. This would have made this game a whole lot better. I mean, it plays nice, it has an interesting idea, but the story is just boring. It's just going from one boss fight to another. If this was a fighting game, I wouldn't really mind, but for an action platformer, it's just kind of stupid. Then again, Mario's been able to survive on one concept alone. And with Li Pai Long, we can actually go through do a lot of things we missed. Derp der. Alright, I want to thank you for watching, and next time we go through the Tao Castle and see if there are any other types of Taos we can meet. See you later.